step into the spotlight, it's the Dynasty team. Brian B. Money making all the dreams gleam. Carl Smitty Smith, watch him rise in the scene. Together they ignite, it's the ultimate scheme. Hold on tight, feel the hype, we're just getting started. Dynasty's BBS show, we're climbing to the peak. B Money and Smitty, every episode unique. Confidence high, yeah, we never stay weak. Tune in with us, learn the craft and technique.
All right, Smitty, I told you the opening song is for one of my ultimate my guys ever. Who you think it is?
Ryan Thomas Jr.
Not happening. The night we met, I knew I needed you so. And if I had the chance, Isaiah, I'd never let you go. So won't you say you love me? I'll make you so proud of me. We'll make them turn their heads in every league we're in. So won't you be B-Darts, 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 little baby. Say you'll be his darling, but be my tight end one. Whoa, oh, oh, oh. Dart will make you so happy. Just wait and see. For every pass Lamar gave you, he will give you 3. Just be his baby. Be his tight end. Be my tight end one. I have been waiting so long for this. What's up, guys? Welcome into the BS listeners, the BS Dynasty Show, whatever we want to call it. Smitty, how are you doing over there?
Dude. It was... So, Isaiah Likely was in the back of my head, but I was just thinking about recent news and all the players that have been recently been shown love, but this one right here should have been obvious to me. So, man, shout out Isaiah Likely, bro. I love that. For every 1 target that Lamar gives you, Dart's going to give you 3. That's so true.
Go, dude. Let's go,
true.
Man. Safety blanket, wide receiver,
That's
2
true.
of the team. You know I have not given him his song until he finally got set free. And I don't understand why more people are not talking about him in premium leagues. And people are going to say I'm absolutely crazy. I don't think he'll be able to get enough targets because of neighbors and the offense. But logistically, I don't see why any reason his ceiling isn't tight end one on a season at some point. Like that's the ceiling for Likely.
I was going to say because there's too many tight ends and it's just too crowded, but actually, no, it's not true at all. I'm going to say, without thinking, I probably got 6 ahead of him walking into this upcoming season. But
for sure.
I mean, it's really just 6, 7, and he can top them all. I mean, well, he could. I wouldn't be shocked if he's top 5, but I probably have him in 6, 7, 8. But
No,
for sure,
and
top 10 is just penciled in.
Smitty, I got him right there too. But my point is, if we're looking outside this top 5 or 6 and we're sitting around a draft trying to figure out who could surprise to the upside and we're like, how did that just happen? It's him for me. It is.
Yeah.
He's a freak, man. He's a freak. Welcome in. We got second week of training camp and I'm super excited about it. We're recording August 5th, Smitty. I'm Brian Armstrong, Carl Smith. Let's go, man. So let's get right into the news here. I have been waiting to see how you feel about this one, Smitty. Steph Diggs signs with the Washington Commanders today. 1-year contract, $12 million. Joins the team who is in desperate need of a wide receiver 2. How you feeling about this one? Because I know who is not feeling too hot about it. His initials are mine, B.A., Brandon Ayuk.
You know what's so funny? I'm over here thinking about Luke McCaffrey. I'm thinking about Antonio Williams. And I just have way too high of an expectation for both of those guys. And even Treylon Burks I was thinking about. But honestly, I never once thought about Brandon Ayuk. Dude, he's dead to me. But honestly, this is fantastic.
He's dead to the podcast. And you know what? Let's make a rule moving forward. He doesn't even get the respect to be brought up on this podcast, even if he signs with someone and goes out and balls out in week 1. He is
even if he's a
not
Ram,
spoken about.
Even if he's a Ram, won't even speak about him. I like that. But no, seriously, this signing is
BS on that. That's the BS meter right there. There's no way you aren't going to be smiling.
You might be right, honestly. You might be right. I'll be hyped up for anyone. But we need it. Okay, this, like you just said, This team definitely needed more help on the receiving end. Honestly, this offense needed help. Like, unfortunately, people don't even have like real faith in the running backs. People are questioning Chigakonkwo. I understand all this stuff. I understand all of it. Like, it's really just seems like it's Jaden and Terry and just a bunch of scrubs around both of them. So at least, just last year, Steph Diggs was great. He was great. Not okay. He was great for Drake May, right? He was there. He was important. He was heavily needed and was very instrumental in getting that team to a Super Bowl. I will definitely give Steph Diggs that. So, with that being the case, I'm not saying that he is also going to help Jaden Daniels get to a Super Bowl, but the room definitely needed his presence. And for that, I am very thankful. I think he is now for sure fantasy viable. We can now see a team attach his name in drafts, which is great. I don't think this will change his ADP, though. Do you think this will raise his ADP where it currently is?
Yes, because he's drafted so far down in best balls at the moment that his ADP doesn't even matter. So,
Facts.
yes, it's going to rise because he's on a team for sure. But this is fantastic. And let's talk about real football. We talk fantasy a lot, but when we talk about what some players mean to an organization and a team is much more important than fantasy. So let's just go through the progression of Steph Diggs.
Yeah.
Look what Steph Diggs did for Kirk Cousins when Kirk Cousins learned how to be a quarterback. Then he went to Josh Allen the year that everyone said he had the worst accuracy issues. Then he goes to Drake May, and look what Drake May just did last year. And now he goes to another who, let's say, second-year player, even though he's third because of last year's season got a wreck. But he is a fantastic addition to an offense. And he's well past his prime. This isn't putting him on the fantasy radar for me, per se. But the problem is Scary Terry can't stay injured. So when you're looking at this, you're like, what if Scary Terry goes down? They have nobody else. Now, fantasy-wise, Smitty, this really upset me a little bit because I think this really affects Chigakonkwo's targets in the offense. And I think Chig is going to have an incredible year, but the possibility of a breakout where we were thinking going into training camp and targets, and Jaden Daniels loved throwing that. Steph Diggs is a route runner who will find a way to find the soft spots in the zone to get targets. Like, he will. He's not going to have a 30%. Even if he's got an 18% target share of this offense as a wide receiver too, that just eats into Chig.
I was thinking about just smashing Chigakonkwo in the last round of any upcoming redrafts, but now I think that's kind of out the window. Because you're right, Steph Diggs is pretty much he took that. He took that with the signing. He just kind of took that away, honestly.
Back it up. He's on the draft board. I'm still drafting him. Back it up, Smitty.
I mean, I don't know, dude. Honestly, I do think Steph Diggs is going to be fantasy relevant. He is. I'm gonna. Okay, so if we're calling it dart throw, he is above that to me. Like, flexy. He is flexy for sure, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And honestly, he can be flex with benefits. He can even be a wide receiver. Yeah. I wanna chill out because I just adore Jaden Daniels so much. I do want to call him a wide receiver too, but he is definitely flexy, and I see him becoming very flex with benefits type of player.
So you might draft him. He might end up being a streamer that you end up dropping week 3, 4, something like that.
I don't see myself dropping because honestly, like looking at when he was signed to the Patriots, he was exactly what you just described to me before the season started. He was like okay, cool. He's playing with Drake May. He's on this team. He wasn't the greatest in his previous team. I feel better about his situation now than I did before. And also, I came in here last week just praising the fact that this team somehow really knew how to use Terry McLaurin's age. I don't know. Maybe it's a Terry specific thing, but they just seem to know how to use older players until their age starts showing, right? I feel like Steph Diggs, obviously, like you said, past his prime, but maybe they can use his age to his advantage as well. I don't know. That is just me guessing because I've seen them do it with Terry, and I feel like I don't know. They just keep an older roster, and it just obviously didn't work last year, but it works out when they got it running. So I feel good about Steph Diggs. Is the point I'm trying to make. I really do.
No, I do. I do. And it's great for Jaden Daniels.
Oh yeah.
I think it's great for whomever you want to take a stab at the running back.
Oh yeah.
But here's the thing with Chig, and this is the ceiling, man, is if I would looked at the ultimate high-end ceiling of being the possibility of the wide receiver 2 in a tight end position in Washington is 100 targets. Now I'm looking at an absolute high ceiling of 72 targets. And you're probably wondering, how did I get the number 72? Here's how. In 2024, Zach Ertz for the Commanders had 72 targets. In 2025, Zach Ertz had 72 targets. I think it's fair to say that Chig is as good as Zach Ertz is at the point of the career that Zach Ertz was at when he did this. So do I see a 50 to 60 reception season for Chig? Perfect. That's totally streamable, I guess. Totally. But the 100, man, could you imagine like 175 catches? Like that could have been, he's in my lineup every week.
Dude, honestly, that just really says, like, they really do. Honestly, I thought I was overblowing it, but they really do know how to use a veteran player. Like, they really do. I completely forgot about all of the targets that Zach Ertz has just now vacated. Like, wow, this is freaking-tastic. I'm even more in on Steph Diggs, bro. Let's go.
I don't play on gut. You know I'm processed, but I will tell you everything coming out of Camp and Terry is really good. And I've watched a couple interviews with Terry in the last few weeks. My gut tells me he's ready to go. He's locked in. So, we've got some Terry love over here. But I just want to talk about just something. And it has to do with Ricky Pearsall.
Oh.
Man, Ricky, like, you know what? You guys all know he's out for the season. This is sad. I mean, it's just one after another, but the kid can get shot and come back 6 months or like within the same season play, and his damn body can't hold up now. But here's what I want to talk about. Dude, I was not buying into this power plant. I was not buying into this power plant, Smitty. I text you guys. I think it's a complete joke. But now that the coach is getting in car accidents, like you just keep looking down the line and it's like,
have you seen the list?
There's something with this power plant, man.
Bro, it is. Okay, I don't know if I can do this from memory. Maybe I can. So today, Mike Evans, DeJon Stribling, the rookie, Kalen Black, the running back rookie, Jordan James, Christian Kirk, Ricky Pearsall, as we just spoke about, and there's someone else. Like, those are like 6, 7 players that have not practiced today. That is.
Did you mention Kirk?
I mentioned Kirk.
Calf strain?
Yeah, Kirk is not out there. I mean, it's like that's a lot of players. Like that's like 7, 8, maybe. I can't not think about the substation. I really can't. I honestly can't. And last year, Christian McCaffrey did come out and say it's not nothing. And at first, I thought he was just trying to play around. I'm like, oh, Christian, you're having such a great season. You can say what you want because you're killing it out there. So for him to say it's not nothing, I thought it was a joke. I honestly did.
So you want to know how bad I feel that this could actually be real now, and it's just until the last couple weeks. Mm-hmm. So the Arizona Cardinals are building a brand new practice facility, and that practice facility is about 3 miles from my house. So today, I decided to drive around and see if there was a power plant anywhere near it. Then I got into work and I had a quick, 30 minutes, and I started researching the closest power plants around, and we are good. Like, I'm feeling confident about injuries for Arizona now. Totally confident. But this is getting ridiculous, isn't it, Smitty?
Bro, honestly, you are not the first person to do that. Like, I think every person involved in making a practice facility is definitely thinking about that substation. Now, honestly, why aren't we all as a fantasy community just taking that thing out? Like, we need to all remove the thing. If we care about these players, if we care about the health of these players, especially the 49er faithful, let's get that thing out of there. Let's relocate them. Like, I mean, I don't know. This is getting truly out of hand, and it's sad. Especially if the coach is involved.
Who's our favorite podcast?
Oh man, there's too many, but we love the fantasy footballers.
That one right there, Smitty. You want to know why? You know what they do every time they want to mess around? They create a website. So you know what? By the time this weekend is over with, there is going to be a website that's called the 49ers Substation Report.com, and we are going to keep track of every injury moving forward against this substation. But on to something real. X, man, 4.21. X Worthy, shoulder injury again. Aggravated his right shoulder during 11-on-11 practice drills. Practice participant over the coming days will dictate his week 1 availability.
Oh.
Damn.
Bro, what?
So
Okay.
I think AI got me us a little bit there because I have seen reports that he's doing better and it's not something to worry about. So I think week 1 availability isn't in question, but it's still going down, man. Receivers always. And Rashi hasn't been one to stay healthy.
I personally cannot take another awful year from Kansas City Chiefs, especially after the additions they've made. Well, one main addition, Kenneth Walker. I mean, I can't have this team look inept. I can't have this team not make it to the playoffs. I can't have this team freaking lose to the Raiders potentially. I can't have another down season. So look, I'm gonna say it right now. This is my final chance with Mr. Worthy. I was much like everyone in the fantasy community was blown away by his 40 time, but goodness gracious, his size has been mocked heavily to the point where he is now very obviously easy to injure. Oops, I said it. And so it's getting annoying. So this is actually my final year, and I hate calling players injury prone because sometimes it's just not their fault. It's the sport. But this right here, this 2026, I will know for sure if he is a do not draft or strongly worry every time he's available on the clock type of player, because man, this is just, we have played this game with him literally last year, and I even think his rookie year too. So I'm kind of out on him, which is going to concern me greatly when I click draft on Patrick Mahomes' name.
I'm in on his value in Dynasty, and I'm in on his value in Best Ball right now because I don't think it costs me too much. I am out. Actually, I shouldn't say out. I would like to really avoid him in redraft. And if I end up drafting him, something really went wrong during my draft, and somebody really sniped a couple players that got me off of my build, and I would not like that. I just think there's other players in that area. And we did forget to talk about the two big news, and I meant to talk about it right after the Niners because one of them is the Niners. Debo's back, baby. Debo's back. We're putting a 31-year-old player, I think he's 31, 30-ish, right next to the substation. You know, would you think he would have thought about that before he signed in? Like, I don't want to mess with that substation.
To be honest with you, I think sorry, something just popped. Anyways, when I think about Debo as a Niner, my last thought of him is him literally going onto his social medias and saying, "Hey guys, I'm just considering leaving the team, and all you guys have done is ridicule me, make fun of my family, make fun of my friends, and just call me out of my name and stuff. And I honestly can't really appreciate that. So maybe I am going to leave the team." And of course he did, right? So, I don't know if he wasn't signed next year. I'm shocked with him saying that. Just like, Debo's one of my least favorite players of all time because he is crazy disrespectful when it comes to the Rams. Now, for him to say that as a Niner made me actually garner some sympathy for the kid. I'm like, why are the Niners being so mean to you? They must be really upset. Like, what did you do to piss him off? The fact that he signed back to that team, I'm not saying that it's the Niners' fault, but like, it didn't seem like they left on good terms. For him to sign back just really screams, we are so injured, we need anyone, we'll give you anything, please just come back. Like, it doesn't seem entirely mutual. It just seems like the place that needed him most. So, with that being the case, yeah, he didn't think too much about that substation, and yeah, the substation's going to come for him too. Now, Debo, shout out to you, man. You weren't awful last year, thank the Lord. I'm not in on him at all this season. At least the system knows how to use him, but no thank you.
This is the Steph Diggs signing. Good for real football. But this offense is hilarious to me right now. Like, if you just think about, like, what year is it, man? We've got CMC, George Kittle, Mike Evans, Debo Samuel, and then Mr. Irrelevant throwing the football to him. It's hilarious. But they're
Dude,
going to do well. But I don't see any of them staying healthy altogether. I mean, it's just going to be like this whole thing about, it's like basketball when you got the big three and it's like how many games they played together. I think that's what it's going to be like all year.
Right. I'm sorry. I have no idea. I don't know. It's going to be nostalgic for those who really enjoyed the wide back position that Debo Samuel created. It's going to look sad though. It's going to be unfortunate. It's not gonna give the vibes that Aaron Donald returning to the Rams is gonna give. It's gonna give. Why are you still in the league? I hate to say that. But I don't think he's gonna do well. And it's not due to injury. I just think he lost a step, and the team needs, and for especially to be in the NFC West, the team needs more Mike Evans types players. Debo ain't no Mike Evans. Debo is not going to elevate them. He's just. I worry. I worry about the team. I really do.
So, full point PPR, same format as the listener league. Who has a better fantasy year, Debo or Diggs?
Diggs for sure.
Water bet.
Oh my, yeah. Might be the
water bet.
Easy.
I'll take the water bet.
Easy.
All right, write it down. You're keeping track of all of our water bets because I'm gonna forget all this. So write it down.
I got this one. Easy. I feel great about it.
Sorry.
Well, no, I just feel good about this. Well, what happened to Tank Dell here?
Tank Dell fully cleared, return to full contact.
Yes.
Now, also sleeper is you don't know about his availability. He actually might open up on the pup. Who knows? But the fact the boy's out there. It just it makes me feel good about my flag that I've pointed that I think people are really underestimating CJ Stroud this year. So that one's interesting to me. But here's some other ones, man. These are just really cool player hypes. So this is our beat reporter stock matrix I had AI put together for us. So this is some of the things that beat writers are saying.
Let's hear it.
Let's talk about Jayden Reed. This is another one of my guys. You know, if you listened to us last week, I said I'm out. I think I'm still out, but I really like reading this. So he's fully operating as a wide receiver 2 in all wide receiver 2 sets. Now, what's important about that to me is the whole thing about Reed is he's only on the field for a very small percentage of snaps. We've been getting hype on Matthew Golden. We're always getting hype on Watson. We have Kraft. Beat reporter saying that he is the wide receiver 2 and it's not Golden. Is this something that's making you more in?
Okay, so last week, I was speaking on the fact that one of my favorite things about Jordan Love is his YOLO situation. His YOLO ball. He does not care. Hey, screw it. Somebody's down there somewhere. Golden down there somewhere. Watson down there somewhere. Kraft down over here somewhere. And I just feel like he gravitates more towards doing crazier things. Reed's gonna make the reason I was out on Reed rather is because he's too much of an easy option. And I know if he really was taking a lot of direction and influence from Aaron Rodgers, if you have a freaking easy button, you better play that because that helps the whole offense move faster. And if that's the case, Reed is a very freaking important part in that system. Well, in the way that Rodgers plays, he's very important. So I'm really trying to get this right here. So I see Love as a guy who's willing to chuck it far down, kind of like a less success, Caleb Williams light. That's how I see him, willing to YOLO it. And I feel like Reed does not play YOLO at all. Reed is short area safety all the time, which is why I don't think he's on the field all the time. And I feel like Golden is more so a down threat vertical guy, much like Watson. So I just feel like Reed doesn't fit this offense I imagine for Green Bay. Now, if Josh Jacobs is gonna be is not gonna play much, if he's a negative situation at all in this offense, then I'm fully in on Reed, right? But I don't know. So I'm gonna say I'm in on Reed depending on Josh Jacobs' availability. And then
I'm
plus
still
there's
out.
Kraft, and Kraft freaking is everywhere and doing everything. Like I'm sorry, I don't have space for Reed. That's my whole thing. I don't have space in this offense I've imagined for Mr. Reed. Shout out to him, but I don't see it.
My thing is I'm out. I'm still out. But I have to remember why I liked him.
Mm-hmm.
Is because of Debo Samuel. He plays a Debo Samuel-esque role in a branch of a Kyle Shanahan offense. So this could be the year. This could be the year. I'm out. And it's going to drive me nuts if this is the year. I still have him in Dynasty. Don't get me wrong, but man, it's just I think I'd rather invest my assets elsewhere right now. Let's talk about Cyrus Allen.
Oh man,
Cyrus, baby. Cyrus. Man, this dude's getting hyped up everywhere. Everybody just hates X, man. We are just looking for a replacement on X. It's just like, can we have anybody else because we just hate with how this has worked so far? Is that the hype we're getting, or is this real? Because an Andy Reid offense can support a receiver that was not a first-round draft pick. We've seen it. I mean, when the other guys right there, we keep talking about Rashee Rice. So, I mean, it can happen. Look at Puka. I mean, gems are found. Is this a gem?
I'm gonna say this. Yeah, you're right. People don't like Xavier Worthy. People also are really not the most excited about Mr. Rashee Rice. And in the back of everyone's mind, at least mine as well, is that Rice can A, get injured, or B, do something stupid, which is what I think about every time I see his name on a draft board in best ball. It's like, dude, he could really make this pick a waste. And we as a fantasy community just want someone freaking stable, solid, and not as old as Travis Kelce in the Kansas City offense, which is why we're freaking hyped as heck for Mr. Walker, even though he comes with his own set of injury issues as well. So if Cyrus Allen is showing something impressive and on a consistent basis as he was in training camp, then it's almost the hype train was almost built for him for players like him and offenses like him. I said all that to say this is overblown. This is frankly overblown. He's not going to see too much freaking play time. I mean, they still got Tyquan Thornton, which I don't believe in. Sorry, but this is a little too much for me. The kid's a 5th round pick, and no offense to 5th round pick Shao Puka, but like this is just way too. I love the story. I love the idea of what he could be, but we're not. He's gonna have to prove it. Like he's gonna have to prove it in a real game. This is what preseason's for. We got to see what it looks like in a game. That's what I want.
Put the pads on.
Yeah.
Put the pads on. Let me see it. I don't buy the hype like this because I've either drafted him in a rookie draft earlier than most. I picked him up on waivers and I might sell him, but I'm not buying him. And I'll be more than happy to pay a little bit more money when I see it on the field with pads against an actual number one defenses. That's just me. I'm not buying hype right now. I'm not, but I'm buying this one because I have to. I've only been saying it for months. So yes, Jacoby Lane. He looks really good. So leading camp competitions for the wide receiver 3 role behind Zay Flowers and Bateman. My whole stance is he's replacing Bateman. That's my whole stance on this one. So this is music to my ears because I was already in. But at the same time, when I kick it over, man, can we talk about the hype also around Zay Flowers this offseason, this offense, training camp? And then what my favorite thing, the only time I start really buying hype, Smitty, is when the hype's there, it's all there, and then record contract at the same time. I'm like, all right, it's official. What they see is real.
Okay. Actually, I want to start with I understand this is a Jacoby Lane segment. So sorry, Jacoby Lane. We'll get to you, but I have to talk about this. Do you think listen, I have crazy thoughts all the time. I do crazy things all the time. I'm just a crazy individual. But isn't it kind of crazy that Zay Flowers got paid more than Chris Olave? I don't know. I just feel I didn't like that. I didn't like that. I don't know if that's because Lamar is on a contract. Tyler Shuck is not. Maybe the situation is the team around Shuck is a lot more expensive. I haven't looked into the numbers yet. I just looked at how much Chris Olave got extended for and how much Zay got extended for. And I said, there's no chance. Olave has been freaking crazy. Like, I mean, shout out to Ray GQ. Chris Olave's Trinity score is surprisingly nuts. Like, and Zay Flowers is great as well, for sure. But I don't know. If you asked me who I'd rather pay more, it would for sure be Olave. And maybe I'm just basing that off where he was drafted, but I've seen Olave win leagues. I've seen him destroy Rams.
I think Chris Olave is a much better receiver, but for some reason, I think Baltimore feels that Zay just fits what they want to do right now.
And that's important. And that's honestly important. Hey, honestly, shuts me right up because that's important. That's wildly important. That was a fantastic point. Thank you. Because I really was taken by that.
I'm trying to see. Declan Doyle is the offensive coordinator for the Ravens now. I'm looking at his offenses, or that he's been an assistant on in the offense. Wide receiver 2s have averaged 90 targets, and wide receiver 3s have averaged 55 targets a year. So they're targeting wide receiver 2s and 3s in an offensive scheme like that. I think that will continue. I think someone other than Zay Flowers is going to be valuable in this offense, and I don't think it's Mark Andrews.
Oh, okay. Look, I definitely think it'll be on Mark Andrews because. So I don't know, something about the Indiana offense where I was really in on Omar Cooper Jr. and really in on Elijah Surratt. I'm not hearing a darn thing about Mr. Surratt. I'm hearing everything about Jacoby Lane, like you said, and how we feel like he's going to, how we both agree. Well, I now agree that he will replace Bateman because I just worry about Bateman as a whole. But if we're talking about a Bateman replacement, then I feel much more comfortable drafting a Mark Andrews. I really do, because I feel like the Andrews and Zay tandem might be just a little more sexier to Lamar Jackson. I don't know, because I'm also thinking about what he was doing with Harbaugh. So things are now different. Things will probably be opened up more. Maybe this will support more weapons, but I just don't really want to veer outside of Andrews.
I can't go there, man. Here's stats, man. 2021, he had 107 receptions, and it was him and Travis Kelce's world for so long. 2022, decent year, 73 receptions. That's 4 years ago, man. Since then, he's gotten 45 receptions in 23, 55 in 24, 48 in 25. And the reality is we can talk about injuries. We can talk about Likely being there. We can talk about whatever. But, I mean, 3 years of mid-40s, let's say an average of 50, that doesn't do it for me. They're going to have to get production somewhere else, and he's not getting any younger. And I've actually been off Mark for a very long time.
Yeah, you really
that's
have.
because I was a Likely guy, though.
See, and I feel like because Likely's gone, this is like my chance to care. And I honestly am kind of in it now. Jacoby Lane doesn't interest me because, again, we feel like he's going to replace Bateman. That I fully believe. I'm sorry, but this is similar to Cyrus Allen to me. It's like, we got to see it. And that's what the preseason's for.
So let me take a shot at some tight ends that are probably going to be drafted somewhere in that tier of tight ends, wherever it's going to be. I mean, Mark Andrews or Chig Okongwu. Who do you think is going to have a better year? I got Chig.
I honest to God have Mark Andrews. I really do. I know, big JD5 fan here, but I really do see. But honestly, when you broke down how his production's been failing drastically for the past 4 years, like that's the thing is, Chig hasn't been. I'll say this: anyone who comes from the Titans, you're just in a better situation. Period. So, I am a little more excited for Chig. I will say that, but I just feel like there's not too many weapons there outside of rookies and Zay. So, I just have to be in on him just due to lack of options.
Last 3 years for Chig. 2023, 54 receptions. 2024, 52. 2025, 56. We're talking about Will Levis. We are talking about a rookie QB.
Yeah.
We are talking he's going somewhere that loves to throw. I mean, and I know Lamar likes to do that too. That one's going to be interesting, but let's say Jake Ferguson.
Now, okay. All right. I'm about to just mask off real quick. I'm not into Jake Ferguson at all because I am super high on CeeDee Lamb and George Pickens. I feel like with weapons like those, what is the need for Ferg? And I love Ferg. I'm glad that he's there, but I feel like, man, Dak is blessed. Dak is just freaking blessed to have freaking two Jamar Chases. Oops. I don't know if I'm overhyping George Pickens there, but I don't know. I just feel like he doesn't need Ferg, which was I always thought was an issue.
He
Without Pickens, I
loves
thought
to
he
throw
needed
to his
that.
tight ends.
That's
I
true.
have Ferguson, like firmly Fergie. And it just comes down to how many times Dak's going to throw the ball. I think he'll average throwing the ball almost 50 times this year. I don't think Lamar will come close to that.
That makes a lot of sense, honestly.
That's what
And
comes.
I don't think
I like this. We're disagreeing. Let's just keep doing this. I'm going to keep going down some numbers.
okay.
Dalton Schultz.
Oh God, there's no chance. I'm sorry, there's no chance I choose Dalton Schultz over Mark Andrews.
Are you nuts?
I can't do it. I can't do it.
Have you
And I'm
ever
telling
looked?
you, but you said this earlier today. The fact that Tank Dell is involved in the offense is going to help out Stroud. It's going to help him out for sure. That is honestly very exciting because I forgot when Stroud was around with Tank Dell, Stroud was like a beast. So just him being in the offense does mean a lot, which means Schultz will get utilized. That's true.
I can't ignore this number. I totally forgot how many receptions he had last year. Dude, he had
Oh, what?
82 receptions last year on 106 targets. Mark Andrews hasn't done that since 2021, and he didn't even do it in 2021. Oh yeah, 2021 was his 106, but 2022 he had 75. So
I'm full blown
this is-
shocked.
Yeah, I remember. I won some leagues with Schultz in at the back part of the year. CJ Stroud was just dumping the ball off like almost 10 times a game to him. But
Nice.
I got Schultz, man. Honestly, man, we can go down this list and there's probably 20 tight ends in the league I'll take over Andrews this year.
I mean, honestly, when you provide the data, it tells a massive story about how average, mid to awful Mark Andrews is.
We're getting real, man. You know, a little Gemini AI as I'm going, you know, just
Let's
ask some
freaking
questions.
go.
I didn't know the answers when I typed it. I was hoping you were right, but you might be. It could be likely. New offense. Andrews has that one last magical year. Mark Andrews or Kelsey.
Oh, dude. Okay, and you know what?
This is the only one I have Andrews, dude.
I'm freaking stunned because when you put it like, because he basically is Kelsey, right? And I am
They're
disgusted.
the same guy.
I
Same age.
really am not interested in Kelsey at all. Like that really actually that made so much sense for me. Yeah, I don't. And the thing is, I should be, bro. I think you really that made all the sense to me because my whole thing is, oh, it's Zay Flowers and no one else. So Mark Andrews has to be the two. Same thing could be said for Kelsey, but the thing is, I don't believe it with Kelsey at all. So
That's weird, dude.
it's the same thing. So okay, yeah, I think I'm out. Wow, good job, thank you.
I don't know. We'll see. I'm wrong so much, Smitty. You have no idea in life, but you know I do like it when I'm right on some things. But I'll tell you something I have been right on along the way is my love of Chase Brown.
Hey, let's
Part of
go.
the reason I love Chase Brown is you have no idea how many running back rooms he fit perfectly in with my zero RB strategies, picking up rookie drafts, getting him on the cheap, and now the lights being seen. Man, invest in running backs and good offenses and you get lucky. And a lot of people that own Chase Brown got lucky, but they are deploying him all over the field. I saw a sleeper tweet or feed today that says they're moving him all over the field like they do Jamar Chase. And we're talking about across multiple formations, slot, jet sweeps. Man, I am very happy. I am really relying on Chase Brown on some real hardcore contenders this year in Dynasty, like at least 5, like real hardcore contenders right now.
Yeah. Look, the running back in a Joe Burrow system, a receiving running back in Joe Burrow system. That's all you ever want. And now that the coaches are actually like scheming him up in these ways, oh my gosh, oh my god, bro, you can't. He is not a reach in the first round. I honest to God don't feel that way. I just in the first round of a redraft,
Depending
If
on
I-
format.
depending on format, you're right. Depending on format, but honestly though, I'm expecting a big year for the man. I am.
Yeah.
I'm
So
expecting a huge year.
I've always had a game plan that I talk to you a lot about, and listeners over the last 3 years of the pod, I always talk about how I attack running backs in the off season,
Hmm.
and I like to spend more and pay a little bit extra, but I buy my running backs coming out of camp healthy for the year. I don't traditionally like buying running backs in the off season. I mean, I do when it's a good deal and it's a good process deal, but man, I want my running backs healthy for week one. And I'm staring down Chase Brown. And my game plan, I know I've got some contenders that have 2 first round draft picks next year. This is where I want to utilize if I have 2 firsts next year, going into the season healthy to fit a need that I think could smash. Great use of a 27 first. If it's my only one, I'm probably not going to use that to buy a running back going into the season because I know I'm going to need that in the season. But this is the type of guy I want to buy. Nothing's changed. Great offense, not a good defense. Nothing's changing. This offense is going to just be electric again this year. T. Higgins will go down a little bit here and there. Chase will miss a couple games, but hopefully if Brown stays healthy, I mean, this could be a smash, Smitty. Like, this is league winner right here.
And you know what, dude? Back in the day, or not even that long ago, but I used to think of, oh man, we got Joe Burrow, we got T. Higgins, Jamar Chase, whoever the tight end is going to freaking smash too because he's going to get some of his target share. Bro, that tight end's cooked now. I don't know who it is. I don't care who it is. Chase Brown is getting whatever targets that tight end, whoever that tight end was back in the day, he's getting that. Like, this is freaking tastic. And honestly, because of Chase Brown's talent, the target share is even bigger. Like, I'm telling you, I don't think the first round is a reach for the guy. I expect a big year for the man. And I'm just glad that he's getting the respect from his own offense. Say what?
Right now, let's geek out. We absolutely know who all the tight ends. They have an entire freaking fleet of them. All right, I'll go first. Who's the starter? You've been drafting in best ball. Who's the starter?
The starting tight end for the Bengals?
Come on.
Honest to God, I don't know.
Mike Gesicki. That's penciling as a starter right now.
We got
Eric All Jr.
Uh-huh.
We've got Hudson.
Healthy finally.
We've got, they just drafted 2 rookies. So there's 5 tight ends.
Oh my God, that's right. Injuries and Kozio. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Oh, this is a mess. I'm sorry. No. We can just X that whole. I mean, hey, good thing for. Hey, you know what? I want Gesicki in a different offense, honestly. I want him in a different. He is great for this offense, but like I want him to be fantasy relevant, so I need him to go somewhere else because I'm telling you, Chase Brown is just eating all of that. We might get a touchdown here from Mr. Gesicki, but I'm sorry, just I don't ever want to start the man.
I'm not willing to make a bet yet, and I don't even know what side you would take on this one.
Mm-hmm.
But right before kickoff in week 1, Smitty, we're going to be on this podcast, and we are going to have a debate. If they're both healthy going into week 1, Christian McCaffrey, Chase Brown.
Oh, boy. Okay, well.
I don't want to know your answer. It's going to be a really good one by the time week 1 rolls around, dude.
All right.
Because Chase Brown should have every bit of the opportunity that Christian McCaffrey had last year, dude. There's nobody behind him. None.
I'll say this. The thing with McCaffrey that made him freaking incredible was that there was no one else even on his level of talent that was worth throwing to, except for Kittle when he was healthy. But it's just, Chase got to deal with Chase. Chase got to deal with Chase. And that's just the one thing that Christian McCaffrey is Chase, it's just, then that's why I would firmly choose McCaffrey. But I don't know. You're right. As far as Chase does exactly Chase Brown does exactly everything Mr. McCaffrey can do. So I totally understand that.
All right, man. It's gonna be an interesting one because right now I do still have an edge for CMC, but I really think I think Chase Brown's locked in as RB5 this year with just tremendous upside.
Yes, right. RB5. Yes, I fully agree with that. RB5. Yes. Oh my goodness, we agree.
So let's go rapid fire here. Just quick responses. I'm gonna go down the sleeper feed for a little bit. Aaron Donald has a formal tryout with the Los Angeles Rams today. Smitty,
he's in. It's
he's
we can't even BS it. We can't even hide it. He's on the team. He's playing again. Frankly, I would love to see some of these practices. I haven't seen any clips yet. I would love to see what he looks like. I want to see him terrorize our our offensive line. But yeah, no, he's in. He's in. We have him. Can't believe it.
Dude, I literally, and I don't even know if this is accurate, but I think I literally felt Jacoby Brissett. Literally, I felt a teardrop from him just hit the ground. I felt like it was an earthquake. Dude, the the West is F, dude. Darnold, you better have worked on a little bit of speed this offseason. Oh, baby, I didn't even know this was on here. I've been waiting. I have been so mad I haven't had any sleeper feeds on Bill Krosky this entire first week of camp. There's one here now. I don't know what it says, but we're going to read it.
Let's go.
We got Ben Standig believes running back Bill Krosky Merritt is flashing enough as a pass catcher to earn the biggest role in the backfield. Bill, I always feel like I was slept on. I can do more than just run the ball.
Wait a second. First off, Bill, your name is Jackery Krosky Merritt, and we all decided to just call you Bill instead because you said that your name was Bill. You were not slept on, man. You were not slept on. I mean, okay, actually, skill-wise, yeah, you were drafted behind Blake Corum, yes, sure. But we all freaking know who you are. Shout out to the Ballers. Well, seriously though, I do think his pass catching was slept on, and that kind of pisses me off because that means he might yank that job from Mr. White. Because I'll tell you one thing, between the tackles, I do like Bill more than Rachaad White. In fact, my whole thing with Mr. White was the fact that he's a great pass catcher. Now, if Bill really eats into that, then Bill is he is slept on in that case.
The job was never White's. Let me tell you something about Bill.
Mm-hmm.
It comes down to character for me.
Oh,
So I've known about Bill for a while because he played here in Arizona as a Wildcat for a year. And that year was pretty bad. And the headlines out here on Bill was bad. And what ended up happening is he got ruled ineligible for his senior season because he wore the wrong jersey in one game and they thought he was a different player and statted it. So they ruled him ineligible for the rest of the year. And do you want to know what Bill did? He never complained, never publicly said anything, went out there, practiced with his team, and made his team better to take a run at the Pac-12 back then. And that tells me a lot about character. And that tells me that someone that's work ethic is so good he's getting better. Bill's always been the starting running back. I've known it forever. And I'm so friggin' happy if he really is a starting running back. He's a good kid. But I do like White. But I think if he gets 65% of the workload, I'm happy. 65, I'm happy. Just happy.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
Especially as a pass catcher. Wow.
Oh, my God. You just said number 22. Oh, we got one on Kyler Murray.
Okay.
Kyler Murray, the favorite for Vikings starting quarterback. You know what? I got this one, Smitty. No shit. And we're moving on. So, breaking news, Commanders, we got that. Derrick Henry, I'm playing for Baltimore. I would like to finish my playing career with the Ravens. I never said anything about retiring. LOL. I'm enjoying being a Raven. I'll worry about that retirement shit later. Oh, he's locked. Oh, if that was his quote, he's locked, dude. He's in. He's going to lead the league in rushing again, isn't he?
See, it's statements like that where he's obviously a guy I worry about for age, and honestly, it's statements like that where I feel silly for even doing such a thing, because he is one of those, much like Christian McCaffrey, he does care about durability. He does care about sticking around and being a beast and like freaking showing up. Like he really, I just didn't know that he cared about the Ravens like that. I mean, obviously he's signed, they paid him. It didn't seem like they paid him much when during the free agency, whenever year that was. But no, this is what I need to hear. This affects me. I'm very interested now. Like I actually am. I'm not gonna worry about age as much. I love that.
When you have a superhero, you just keep playing your superhero, man. I mean, he should be in a Spider-Man movie. I mean, I don't know.
Hey, let's go.
Right. We're going to end on this one because this honestly is the most important news I've seen come across Sleeper in a long time. And it goes back to an argument I've been having for at least 2 years, about 2 years, especially the last year and a half. But my problem with the Eagles, one, is how they're just not organized. Like, just they're not led right, but they don't use Jalen Hurts' legs right. when Jalen Hurts is running like Lamar, he is at his best. Here's what they're saying. Eagles Jalen Hurts is expected to use his legs a little more than last year, as new offensive coordinator Sean Mannion has dialed up a healthy amount of design QB runs. They ran so little design QB runs, it unlocks the entire offense. If that man is going to be out there running a little bit more, I'm going to readjust my ranks for every single skill player on the offense, including Saquon Barkley. This is great news for Saquon. Great news.
Okay. I'm starting to actually get a little nervous. Just as a fan of a team that just can't seem to beat the Eagles, I am getting a little nervous with Sean Mannion. The addition of him has been nothing but positive. Honestly, I haven't heard a single whisper of dysfunction. I haven't heard a single whisper of dislike, worry, fear, or anything like that. In fact, everything since them signing him has been positive. Even during the draft, getting Mekhi Lemon, that's pretty freaking awesome. Like I'm in. Oh, but you know what though? I will say this: haven't heard a peep about Eli Stowers, and that pisses me off a little bit. But I don't know, Eli. Come on, help us out. Help us out.
We've only heard one thing on Kenyon Sadiq too, and that's that he's just a workaholic and a great guy on Sleeper. So maybe it's just not tight end hype time quite yet. But I'm telling you, I think it's good. The thing about the NFL is you just can't be predictable. And this is what my biggest beef about Mike McDaniels in Miami. They never changed the offense. That's what they did in Philadelphia, where you knew what, not necessarily the exact play, but what type of play was going to come at you on certain downs. Mm-hmm. And I think being less predictable is going to really help that offense. But I know people aren't going to like my take on this.
Okay.
I think A.J. Brown lost a step last year. I said that many times last year where I watched Jalen Hurts not throw the same pass he would throw the first 2 years because I don't think he trusted that A.J. Brown had enough separation. Now, I think A.J. Brown can be a great contested catch wide receiver. I think he's going to have a fine season, but I think that step he lost really affect the offense without Jalen being more mobile last year. I think they could have unlocked A.J. Brown if they did have it hit Hurts more mobile. I mean, look what Patty does. Look what Drake does. Look what Lamar does. Look what K1 does when he is electric and moving around. It just opens up everything for your players. So this is great. I'm moving Hurts right up my rankings right now because I think he'll have a much better year. And the rushing touchdowns are still going to be there. Maybe they look different though.
Oh my gosh. Maybe they'll be more Allen-like. Okay. Hey. Look, I'm just saying, Sean Mannion, we might have like coach of the year, like assistant coach of the year, or like OC of the year type of buzz by the time it's all over. Because this guy, I don't know. Thank you, sir. Thank you for helping this team out, man. Because it was awful vibes last year.
Dude, that sucked. You're right. You know what else is good we haven't heard in the news? Dude, no Dallas Cowboys drama. No Dallas Cowboys drama. How amazing is that?
You're right. They are actually having GP play on the tag, and it seems like it's perfectly fine. Like, what? You're right.
Dude, it's been like a decade since usually we're talking about some contract BS here, some ridiculous trade. I think Jerry learned a really good lesson. Maybe I'm going to start feeling a little better about Mr. Jones. Can we do that or no?
No, I don't see it.
You're right. No, we can't. We can't. All right, guys. Appreciate you guys checking in. Anything else you want to say before we're out of here, Smitty?
Dude, from my understanding, preseason is really like this freaking weekend.
Carson Beck's throwing for the Arizona Cardinals tomorrow night in the Hall of Fame game, baby. Let's go. Let's go.
Let's go. Hey, to be honest with you, I cannot. More than anything, shout out to Carson Beck. I'm curious. More than anything, who in the heck is the running back 3? Who's the running back that they're going to present to us? Right? I gotta know. Is Trey Benson?
Trey Benson.
Dadgummit.
Or who was the running back? Was it for Pittsburgh or who was it that was in the Hall of Fame game that they started and everybody was so pissed off? Like, oh my God, that's not the start. Who was that? Was that Kareem Hunt? Was it? It was a big time, like Josh Jacobs. It was Josh Jacobs, dude.
I remember
it was when John Gruden ran his ass out there for the Hall of Fame game, dude.
I remember that because that was really scary. No, but yeah, no. Trust me, just seeing who the RB3 is gonna say a lot. So, I mean, shout out to Tyler Algier. It's about time you get that shine as the
I saw one
RB2
other
again.
thing. I saw one other thing that was funny. So last year we were clowning on whatever running back was practicing in kick returns and punt returns, and we're like, oh my god, he's
right.
going to special teams. Kyron Williams is participating in punt and kickoff returns. That's hilarious. All right, listeners, pads are all on this week. First preseason games tomorrow. Hopefully I'll have this out by then. But next week, it's talking about preseason and players on the field. And do you think we're going to get a Stowers update by next Wednesday when we record? I think we will.
Yes, I need it. I need it because I wrote a whole song for the man. I dedicated a Bruno Mars song to the dude. Like, we show up, man. Show up. We gotta hear something. We gotta see something. So I hope so. Oh, I also, speaking of the Titans, I kind of want to see what Mr. Eli Raritan got going on over there, dude. Let's see some Raritan.
Oh my God, dude. The news is so big on him right now.
Yes.
It's starting to get loud. He is the first rookie tight end. It's getting loud. Let's go, Raritan. Cheers, everybody.
Peace.
Step into the spotlight, it's the Dynasty team. Brian B. Money making all the dreams gleam. Carl Smitty Smith, watch him rise in the scene. Together they ignite, it's the ultimate scheme. Hold on tight, feel the hype, we're just getting started. Dynasty's BBS show, we're climbing to the peak. B Money and Smitty, every episode unique. Confidence high, yeah, we never stay weak. Tune in with us, learn the craft and technique.